Hello, my name is Daniel Mallory. I'm from America.
Are you from?
I'm from Arkansas. It's a very tiny state, kind of close to, kind of in the middle south area of the country.
South,
And
okay.
also the, so it's always being interested in the culture and just the food and history and everything. I really find just I really like business. I find business fascinating. I especially find Japanese companies fascinating. Just
I see.
the way that there's so many businesses that are thousands, hundreds of years old that are still going, and
Yeah,
also
sure.
these small traditionally run businesses. And I really love the fact that the Japanese always tend to take a sort of like innovation and modernization approach. So you have these businesses that are hundreds of years old, but they're able to incorporate a lot of modern aspects to continue going throughout the years. So one of my goals of coming to Japan is I really want to like learn about all these smaller businesses, learn about all these more traditional businesses, and hopefully kind of incorporate strategies of that into a future business that I'd like to start up.
Okay. Okay. Right.
I honestly I like teaching kids as well, but also it's when you're teaching, you're very much a part of that community that you couldn't really be normally if I came over as, say, an office worker, or if I came over as a remote worker. I'm very ingrained in the community. I can go to a supermarket and see everybody there and say hi, like, and just feel like more part of that community area.
In daily life, like students study hard English. How do you feel about it?
It's very, very interesting, very different from America. In America, we don't really have like foreign language education starting very early. I started learning a foreign language in high school, so
Yeah.
it's very. I think it's a very good, very interesting. Right now, I do a lot of elementary school, so it's a lot of like third grade and fourth grade, and we're not putting too much stress on them. But even so, they go to a lot of like cram schools after school,
Right, yeah.
and you can really tell that they that early level of English really benefits them over time. Because even if you go up to someone on the street, there's chances are good they're going to be able to speak some English. Even if they didn't study it all the time. And I think that's because, especially early on, they can get the small concepts and also be like, oh, maybe this is fun, maybe this is interesting, kind of step by step.
Do you like Japan so far, and how do you like this city so far?
Oh, I definitely like Japan. I especially really like this this area in general. I've been really able to enjoy, my town doesn't have a lot of, it's very rural area. So it's very interesting how people. This is kind of like it combines the aspects of a rural area, but also a very urbanized area, which I really like. So, for example, in Hannan, you're very close. You know, in my town, if I wanted to go to the ocean in America, I'd have to drive 9 hours.
9 hours.
Yeah,
Whoa.
9 hours was the closest ocean. My mom hasn't seen the ocean probably over 10 years because of that.
Yeah, it must
And
be, yeah.
I was lucky to live in an area with a lot of mountains, but also, you know, there's some people who are far away from both oceans and mountains. But here in Hannan, you're very close to the ocean, super close to the ocean. I can walk to the ocean. You're very close to the mountains. So just depending on your mood, you can go anywhere. And also, we're extremely fortunate to have multiple train lines. So, you know, if I'm like, oh, well, I want to go to a big city today and see a big city. I can go to Osaka. I can go to Wakayama. I love the aspect of how just close everything is. It's very convenient.
It's in your country.
We don't have a set of a structure of SDGs. I know a lot of in Japan. There's a lot of obviously a lot of public areas like city halls and town halls are very interested in SDGs. But also you have a lot of like more private companies as well that are also very are very interested in SDGs. In America, you don't really have that kind of unity, I guess. So like you have companies, you have cities that, you know, some cities that will follow a lot of sustainable practices. But you can go 2 towns over and there'll be a completely different city that might not have the same sustainable practices. And it's very much the same with companies. So with the Japanese approach to the unity between city halls and every different corporation are all following kind of the same guidelines and pushing towards the same objective.
For students or like people who study English?
Is that yeah, especially for my students, since they're a lot younger, you know, a foreign language, especially English, might feel like very impossible right now. I know a lot of you guys and a lot of people are honestly even just learning Japanese and all the aspects of that.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I can say is it's never too late, and don't give up, more or less. There's so many people that have, I didn't start learning Japanese until college, and I'm nowhere near fluent, but I can hold a conversation in Japanese like so many people have seen. And I just started that in college, and you guys have a massive advantage starting that super early and learning that. And also just, there's also multiple aspects. English isn't just always in the classroom. There's a lot of different aspects. You know, most of the internet's in English, so your favorite YouTuber's probably going to be in English, or your favorite video game is going to be in English first, and a lot of that stuff gets translated over. So I guess the big thing is just try to find what makes it fun. Try to find a lot of motivation, and also just in general, it's not too late and it's not impossible.
Okay. Oh, so please to the camera. Okay.
So, hello, my name is Emma Hidalgo. I'm 25 years old and I'm from the United States.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, I'm from Rhode Island. It's about 1 hour from Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay. So the north.
Yes,
Okay.
northeast.
To Japan. Why did you decide to come to Japan?
Yes, in high school I studied Japanese, and my high school teacher, Miss Morimura, was very big on teaching her students to become global citizens and learning about other cultures. So when I decided to become an ALT, that's what I wanted to do for my students, inspire them to explore the world and just share what she taught me.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's great. Okay. So in daily life, like they study hard, your students.
Yeah, the kids are great. I work at 2 elementary schools and they're very excited to learn English. And when we play games on the playground, they try really hard to explain what we're playing in English to me, which is really sweet.
Yeah. So far, and this city, Hannan City.
Yes, I'm loving Hannan so much. I feel really I feel really happy to be here. I actually go to a cafe all the time called Hinataboko, and I talk with the owner, and we we catch up and talk about like how everything is going. And I love being near the ocean because it reminds me of home, since Rhode Island is right next to the ocean.
Okay.
And love it so far.
Okay. This is in the city, like that cafe.
Yes, so definitely recommend Hinataboko. And I also enjoy going to Pichi Pichi for the sunset.
Okay.
And I recently went to Tayama Inari Shrine, and it was really beautiful. I love how how secluded it felt. You really felt it was really beautiful.
I want to achieve through this work, like your job.
Yes, so I definitely want to learn more about Japanese culture, and I want to improve my Japanese. I did take Japanese in high school, but high school was a little while ago. So.
Okay, I see. Right, yeah, 頑張って.
Thank you, 頑張ります.
Like sustainable development goals in the U.S.
Yes, so I'm not really familiar with the U.S.'s approach with SDGs. It's not something I paid attention to when I was back home. But since moving to Hannan, I became very aware of SDGs.
Oh, how?
So
Yeah.
There was an event around City Hall last year, and it was showcasing all of the SDGs. And even I went to the store the other day, and Hello Kitty was advertising SDGs. So I feel like Japan is very focused on it right now.
Oh, thank you. But dance or who study English?
Yes, keep doing the great work that you're doing so far, and don't just focus on English. If there's another culture or another language that you want to learn about, the world is yours, and just follow what your heart tells you to do.
Introduce yourself. Come here.
My name is Gina Gooseby. I'm 24 years old and I'm from the United States.
Where are you from?
So I'm from Virginia. It's on the east coast of the United States. Specifically, the town is called Virginia Beach. So we have a very beautiful beach in Virginia Beach.
Okay. Why did you decide to come to Japan?
So my mother was born and raised in Osaka.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So she, is her native language is Japanese. She moved to America when she was about 30.
Okay.
But also, my father was an ALT 30 years ago here in Hannan and Sennan and Izumi Sano. So I was able to, meet my relatives who live in Osaka City,
Okay.
and I was able to meet some of my father's friends who still live around, in
I
Senshu.
see.
So
In daily life, like how they study, like students study hard.
yes, so my students, they study hard, and in English we have a saying: you work hard, play hard.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
work very hard in studying, and then you play as much as you can. So my students love to work hard and play hard. Many of my students are in the table tennis club or the baseball team, so I love to see them work hard in learning English and to have fun playing sports.
Japan so far, and this like Hanna City.
Oh, I love Japan. I love Hannan City especially. When I was a child, my dream was to live in a place that is close to the ocean and to the mountains. And Hannan City is perfect for that because I'm
Yes.
close to Pichi Pichi Beach and I can see the ocean from where I live. And then from the other side, I can see the mountains. And I love hiking and I love nature. So going up to Yamanakadani and being able to hike and do hanami has been really, really lovely.
Oh, achieved through this work.
Right. So I think I definitely want to help to expand my students' worldview through teaching English, because my main goal is not to make my students, perfect English speakers. It's to show them that there is a whole world that you can access through English and through other languages. So I hope that in addition to improving my Kansai Ben, I can help my students improve their English and just
Okay.
in general their communication skills and their openness to other countries.
These in America, do you have any idea?
Yeah, so I think the SDGs are created by the United Nations, but it is not very, I wouldn't say popular, but not many people know about it in America. I think Americans do love the environment and are very conscious about the ideas that SDGs promotes, but we don't call it SDGs. We
Okay,
call it
okay.
like loving the environment.
I
and
love it
something like that.
to study English.
Yeah. English is hard. Other languages are very, very difficult. But I think the reward of learning a new language is not simply being able to, create new sentences with new grammar, but to meet new people and to touch new hearts and minds. Even if you aren't able to travel physically to other countries because of Corona or something, you can watch videos, you can read new websites, and you can find all sorts of new people and ideas through other languages, including English. So please keep working hard and please keep your mind and your heart open.
Hello, my name is Connor Eulinger. Please call me Connor. I am 26 and I am from the US. I'm from Washington State. So not Washington, D.C., Washington State.
Why did you decide to come to Japan?
Well, ever since I was young, I was very interested in origami. So I make origami all the time.
Wow!
Yeah, it's my favorite hobby.
You're very crafty.
Thank you. I got interested in
Okay.
Japanese culture because of origami. And in high school, I came to Japan for 2 weeks
Okay.
to visit my hometown's sister city
Oh, okay.
in Yamagata Prefecture.
Nice.
It's called Yonezawa City.
I know.
My t-shirt
Okay.
from my sister city exchange.
I see.
Yes.
Wow.
So that was a very good memory,
Okay.
and it made me want to study Japanese and come to Japan.
I see. Like students study hard.
Yes, I work at 2 elementary schools, Ozaki Elementary and my elementary. And so I have lots of students, and some of them
Yeah.
don't really like English, but most of them are very hard workers, and
I see.
lots will come and talk to me outside of class or when we're cleaning together.
Okay.
So I think they work very hard
Okay.
and are
Thank
great
you.
students.
Okay. Thank you. And Hanna City.
Yes, I love Japan. I really love Japanese food. I studied abroad in Nagoya also, so I really like miso udon.
Miso
and
udon. Oh,
miso
okay.
katsu.
Miso katsu. That's really famous
They're
in
my
where?
favorite.
Okay, you like miso.
Yes, I
like
do
a
like miso.
sweet and a little thick.
Yes, yes,
taste,
yes.
I see.
Aka miso is
Aka
my
miso.
favorite.
Oh, okay.
But I also really like Hannan City because I think it's a good size My hometown is very small,
Okay.
smaller than
Smaller
Hannan.
than Hannan.
So
Whoa.
I don't really like big cities.
Okay, okay.
But it's nice to be able to go to Osaka if I need to do shopping or something like that.
Yeah.
But also you can go and into the nature or see the ocean very easily in Hannan. So I like it.
To achieve through this work.
Yes, I want to be a teacher in the future. So I want to teach Japanese. For now, teaching English is very good practice. And I also really want to improve my Japanese. So this is a very good opportunity to learn both teaching and the Japanese language.
In the US.
I think in the US, not as many people know about the SDGs, but we are still doing some of the parts of the SDGs. Like in Washington State, we have lots of windmills and
I see.
solar power and hydropower. So we are trying to do different parts of the SDGs, but I learned about SDGs when I came to Japan for the
really?
first time.
The English.
Yes. Find something you really like and see if you can do it in English. Maybe if you like movies or YouTube, find an English movie with subtitles or an English YouTuber that you can watch maybe every day or every week. And that can be very good practice. That's fun. So try and find something fun that you can keep studying with. But English is not the only language. You can learn any other language that you like. English is just very useful. So it's a good place to start.
こんにちは。阪南市大好きやで。